You may be seated.
Hello, Your Honor.
Hello.
This is a case of Mitchell versus Dalton.
Thank you, Jerome. Good day, everyone. Mr. Mitchell, you are petitioning the court for 2 DNA tests to determine if you are the father of your estranged wife's 2 children, 2-year-old Deshaun Jr. and 1-year-old Bishop. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
You currently have custody of the 2 boys, so the stakes of today's results couldn't be higher.
Yes, Your Honor.
Ms. Dalton, you admit you cheated on your husband, and today you're here hoping to salvage what's left of your marriage. Is that correct? Mr. Mitchell, so you have custody. Today's results obviously mean a lot to you.
Yes, Your Honor.
Explain.
Over the past few months, Ms. Dalton has put me and my kids through a lot, Your Honor. You know, she done left, and between the last 7, 8, 9 months, you know, she done made us struggle. She done walked out on us, Your Honor. So what I'm trying to do right now, Your Honor, is excuse me, Your Honor, because I get very emotional when it comes to talking about my kids and talking to my kids, because
that's understandable.
How she abandoned us, Your Honor. Like I said, she done put us through hell and back. She just don't care, Your Honor. So I just want to know the paternity of my kids, just for my sake, Your Honor, because
And it hurts you because you truly don't know.
I really don't, Your Honor. And like I said, she's running back and forth and she's cheating and this and that, Your Honor. If she wants a divorce, Your Honor, I got these divorce papers. We could go ahead and divorce it and keep it moving. She could keep it moving. I could keep it moving and continue to go with my kids, Your Honor, like I've been doing the last 8 or 9 months, Your Honor.
And Mr. Mitchell, you say your family is destroyed because you're saying she's in and out of the home, and you have the boys.
Yes, Your Honor. What she did is she left with another man. She just came home one day, Your Honor, and just said, you know, here go your kids. Take the kids, take the food stamp card, and just walked out and
Your Honor,
just left.
That's not what happened.
And so when she walks out, she leaves you with these 2 children, and you don't even know if you're their biological father?
Yes, ma'am.
So you say that isn't true, Ms. Dalton?
No, Your Honor, it's not true. In the beginning, me and Deshaun, like, we weren't really, like, serious when we had our first son. I did cheat on him in the beginning.
It's okay. Go ahead and explain.
Your Honor, what
he
it
went
is...
away for some time, and like I said, from the beginning, I've been doing everything by myself. He wasn't working. There was constant, like I worked 2 jobs in the beginning when I was pregnant with my first son. I worked 2 jobs to make sure that the household was taken care of. He didn't work, he gambled. You know, he didn't do anything that he was supposed to do.
Let her finish her testimony. I'll give you a chance to respond.
As a husband and as a father, if we were going to work together and do things. And like I said, it was something that I was bearing on me by myself, alone. And he didn't care about it. So I just got tired.
But he's raising the children.
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you just leave the children with him?
There was something that happened. I was forced to leave my home.
Nobody forced her to leave. When she left me, Your Honor, and left the kids and walked out, Your Honor, I was on our city bus in the freezing cold with my 2 kids.
I did the
going
same.
to all my kids' their appointments they had to go to. I was making sure that me and my kids had what we needed, Your Honor, because I didn't have anything.
And so listen, and that is commendable. It really is. But it's also what a parent does.
Yes, Your Honor. You're absolutely right.
You get it done.
Yes, Your Honor. Whatever she calls her eloping or whatever she calls herself doing, I don't know what she does. She has these spurts and these moments where she feels that if we get into an argument, it's okay for her to stay out all night or to stay gone for a week.
Do you leave the house, Ms. Dalton?
That's happened one time when the last altercation that we had when we were gone for the 7 months. That's when that happened. I couldn't deal with it.
When there was an issue,
yes, I did.
You admit you left.
Yes, Your Honor.
But did you run into the arms of another man?
No,
when
Your
you
Honor.
Left? You didn't.
Yes,
no,
you did,
Your Honor.
Yes,
I was living with my sister.
So
Your
during
Honor.
the time,
with a man
during the time you all were together, you were in your relationship. Did you sleep with another man?
In the beginning, yes. But since we've been married, no.
She was just with another man, Your Honor, so we're still married. I don't
And
know.
we were separating, and we both agreed on the separation.
Honor.
We weren't together. We were going to move on with our lives.
To her, so I
We
don't
were
know
going to
how we
move on
agreed
with our
the
lives with
separation.
divorce.
I never talked to her. She got this party wild.
I don't
girl
party,
in.
Your Honor.
And
I
that's
don't go
what she
out to
wanted
the
do.
club, Your Honor. I don't
Your Honor,
go
that's what
out
she does.
and party or do any of that.
Your Honor, we was in a different city, Your Honor. I moved to the city where her mother and her sister were staying, because she can be, her mother and sister help her, and she was being close to her mother. I didn't have no family where she was staying. It was about an hour away from where I'm originally from. You know, she get down here and got all her little friends down here, and, you know, every day she leave me with the kids, because I guess she told me she works, she do this, she do that. She wanted to be able to have fun. She wanted to be able to do something for herself because she's so young. You know, that's what she keeps using as an excuse. She's young.
I don't party.
She's young, so she wants to be able to get out and be able to do what she want to do.
And I did notice in the court papers that you are 37.
Yes, ma'am.
And Ms. Dalton is 21.
Yes, ma'am.
How long have you been married?
2 years.
2 years.
So you got married when you were 19?
Correct.
If you want more episodes of Paternity Court, make sure to subscribe and click on the notification bell. I'd like to first examine, Mr. Mitchell, the doubt, because you say when she leaves you with the 2 boys.
Yes, ma'am.
And you don't even know if they're your biological children.
Yes, ma'am.
What is your doubt based on, specifically, for each child? So let's start with Deshawn.
When I met her off of Facebook, Your Honor. She was already staying with another guy, Your Honor. I didn't know at the time. I happened to end up finding out once we was over my sister's house, and, you know, some guy calls her phone, Your Honor. So when the guy calls her phone, I'm like, you know, who is that? It's her cousin. That's what she says, it's my cousin. You know, so when I said, okay, well, we'll call your cousin back, because the way she was talking to her demeanor, it seemed funny. And like I said, I'm much older than her, so like I said, I done been there and done that, you know, trying to run these little game on me. I asked her to call him back. Once she calls him back, he talking about they been having sex and he ain't been using condoms, and she may be pregnant. This what he's saying, Your Honor.
There was never
You
a
spoke
time.
to him?
There was never a time, Your Honor.
Yes, Your Honor, I spoke to him. I made her call him back, and I spoke to him.
He spoke to him, Your Honor, but that was not even the conversation that was being held. Me and the guy were not sleeping. Me and the guy haven't been sleeping together for a whole month after me and Deshawn had started talking, Your Honor.
Okay. Mr. Mitchell,
Yes,
you
ma'am.
said during this time you had this phone call.
Yes, Your Honor.
You believe she was sleeping with this man?
Yes, Your
Also with you, this is when Deshawn was conceived.
Yes, Your Honor.
Did this man say to you, I could be the father?
He said it's a possibility that she's pregnant. That's what he said.
Wait, was this before or after you knew she was pregnant?
This before I even knew.
Really?
Yes,
So you
Your Honor.
get on the phone with this man and he tells you that your girlfriend may be pregnant?
Yes, Your Honor. But at the time, I don't think he even knew that I was even messing with Destiny. She was talking to him and talking to me, being real conniving and being real sneaky. So he didn't know nothing about me, just like I didn't know nothing about him.
I didn't conceive until March. The last time I slept with this man was in January.
Mr. Mitchell, did you sign Deshawn's birth certificate when he was born?
Yes, he
Yes,
did.
Your Honor, I did.
You did?
Yes. I wanted to believe her, Your Honor. I really did.
He was there the whole pregnancy and the whole 9 in the delivery room and everything.
Was he expressing doubt to you?
No, he was not, and that's why it was so shocking to me that he even thought that.
And the baby's named after him?
Yes.
Mr. Mitchell, what is this doubt based on?
Your Honor, it's the cheating that she's constantly been doing, Your Honor. It's been 3, maybe 4 guys that she didn't cheat on me with. Probably 3 since we've been married.
And then after Deshawn was born, you all obviously stayed together because not long after, you have another child.
Correct.
Before Bishop was born, which is my youngest son, before he was born, she was going around with some dude that she worked with.
So this is a different man from the one that told you she may be pregnant?
Yes, ma'am. Well, a friend of mine, Your Honor, actually works with her. So he was always saying she's flirtatious towards this in particular guy at her job, which she was working at a fast food restaurant. She'd come home and then she'd be like, you know, my job, they're taking us to the movies this weekend or something. Her job. And remind you, it's a fast food restaurant. And then the following week, they're going to her job's taking her to an amusement park. I'm like, golly, you know, their job doing all these great things for them.
Did I ever say that?
And then what ended up happening is she's going out to the movies with this guy and back and forth, and and I'm just sitting here with the kids, Your Honor.
Were you out and about supposedly for
I
work,
went
Ms.
to the
Dalton?
movies one time, and this is after we had our son, Deshaun. I went out to the movies, yes, I did. He was doing what he was doing, and there was, like I said, there was things going back and forth. We weren't getting along. So, yes, I did cheat with the guy, and I'm not saying that I didn't.
Your Honor, I came home one day, Your Honor. This guy is sitting on my couch, Your Honor.
On your couch?
And she done made dinner or lunch, whatever you want to call it, for this guy.
You made lunch for
yes, I did.
The new guy in your house where you live with your husband?
Yeah.
Yes, I did. And he wasn't my husband at the time. We were, like I said, our relationship was real rocky. There was nothing where it was committed.
You weren't married at the time?
We're not married at the time,
I don't know
Your Honor.
how much committed do you get more than that? We're staying together. But
what were you doing, though? What were you doing?
I see that it makes you very emotional. Are you feeling offended, insulted that he thinks that the children aren't his, or is it just that the relationship, what are you feeling?
Around the time I conceived both of my kids, he was the only person I slept with. The only person.
And you're sure of that?
I'm positive.
Your Honor, can I say this, Your Honor? She just left, and when I say didn't give a care in the world, Your Honor, I'm seeing on her Facebook and her Instagram that this other guy that she's been sleeping with, how much she's so in love with him.
Never was I saying I was in love with this guy.
She ain't did nothing.
And Your Honor, and he told me I put him through hell and back.
She ain't say nothing about her kids, how much she miss her kids, or I'm about to go do this for my kids, Your Honor. All the time I talk to her family, her cousins, that she was staying with this and that, Your Honor. She ain't never told her cousins one time, take this $20 over here, or I'm gonna get them some diapers or get them some shoes or anything, Your Honor. She just been letting me do everything by myself, like I don't need help.
And Your Honor, I've took care of them for the whole time they've been on this earth living. He didn't work. He didn't contribute a dime to our household as far as anything with the kids,
I did, Your
food.
Honor. Yes,
Your Honor,
I did,
he did
Your
not.
Your
He
Honor,
did not, Your Honor. I worked 2 jobs to make sure that they were taken care of.
Your Honor.
And so are you saying, Ms. Dalton, that while he was gone, you handled it all? So
Even
while
when
you're
he
not
was
in the home,
present,
you
Your
expect
Honor.
him to handle it all?
What I'm saying is he want to sit here and throw in my face what you did.
No,
I mean, you done it for 7 months.
Your Honor.
And half of the time, you act like you were doing it on your own. Your family was helping. I didn't
Your
have
Honor,
that.
my
So,
family was
but
not
Ms.
helping, Your
Dalton, he does have the children.
Yes,
and
he
does not know whether or not they are his children for certain, but we can at least say we know they are your children for certain.
Right.
So is there a reason why you haven't been contributing and giving him some money in the last 7 months?
He didn't want me to, Your Honor. Every time he would say,
Your
you
Honor,
need
why
to
would
do
I
this
not
for the
want her
kids,
to,
you
Your
need to
Honor?
do that for the kids, and then it'll be like, oh, I don't need your money, my kid's good over here, and this and that. So I'm like, okay, fine, since you want to tell me that
Your
they're
Honor,
good,
I don't
and they
need her money,
and you don't want me to do anything, and you're going to throw something that I do in the trash?
I'm gonna make sure my kids is okay.
What I want to understand now is, you say you don't believe these children are yours. You can't be certain.
Yes,
So what if one or both of these children are not your biological child? Then where do we go from here?
Well, I wouldn't want to split the kids apart, Your Honor. I would still be in the kid's life. I just need to know.
And if both children aren't yours, can this marriage survive?
No, Your Honor. No, it's no way it could, because too much deceiving, lying, and cheating. It couldn't survive. She don't want to listen. She don't know how to listen and sit down and communicate and talk.
While I empathize with your position, Mr. Mitchell, because I can only imagine what it would feel like to raise 2 beautiful young boys, but you constantly have a question as to whether or not they are your biological children. I'm sure that is difficult. You must have understood as a 35-year-old man, when you marry a 19-year-old, you're gonna have some growing pains in the marriage.
Yes.
Because she's still growing up.
Yes, Your Honor.
I think it's time for the results. Are we ready?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you want to watch Paternity Court on TV? Go to paternitycourt.tv to find your local listings. In the case of Mitchell versus Dalton, pertaining to 1-year-old Bishop Mitchell, it has been determined by this court, Mr. Mitchell, you are Bishop's father. in the case of Mitchell versus Dalton pertaining to 2-year-old Deshaun Mitchell Jr. It has been determined by this court, Mr. Mitchell, you are Deshaun's father. I can see that smile is genuine. You're happy to know?
Yes, Your Honor, I am, and I appreciate it, Your Honor. It's just all the lies and stuff she put me through, Your Honor, and I'm gonna try to, I'm gonna try to put this behind. If she really wants to go to counseling and really wants to try to make it work, I'm willing to do that, Your Honor.
Where do you want to go from here?
I wanted to work on our marriage. I mean, I'm the one who suggested counseling.
I hear you both saying the same thing. I don't know if you two can hear it, but you're saying the same thing, that I'm willing to try. So when you leave out of this courtroom, you just have to follow through on what you're saying. So it's a choice. At the end of the day, that's all it is. Will you or won't you? You understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
You're such a beautiful family. I hope you can work it out. You have 2 beautiful boys. I wish you the very, very best of luck.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Take care of yourselves. Court is adjourned.